Judge.
You guys, we talked a lot last week about how central KP is to so much of what you do offensively, but you also had 20 games this year to see how this team plays without him. So how do you feel like the team is able to kind of spring into playing more of the style that you play with?
Yeah, I mean, that's the whole key, I think, throughout the season is developing different ways to play on both ends of the floor. And so I thought the guys adjusted well to doing that. And, I think that's something that we've tried to focus on is regardless of who's out there, we have different identities. And the guys were able to execute that well in the second half.
Joe, I'm sure you came down here to Miami to win 2 games. What does it say about your team that you were able to do that?
Listen, this series is about toughness. It's about the next game. So we did what we had to do, and now we got to go do it again. And so the team who's the most consistent in their mindset, their toughness, their physicality will win. And the challenge is we have to do it again and again and again. And it takes what it takes. So that's it.
Thank you, Joe.
Thanks.
Microphones, thanks.
All right.
Was it simply a factor of Derek White getting him off to that kind of start, or what else did you see that sort of pushed them to that big lead relatively quickly?
Yeah, I mean, offensively we struggled again. We had some, decent looks early on. Weren't able to knock those down, and then, Derek White was very good tonight, obviously, but it was the threes that got them going, at the beginning, and then just in those moments during the course of the game, he was just very efficient, very good. Anytime there was the slightest momentum change on our part, it seemed like he hit a big basket.
Well, Jaime didn't play in the fourth quarter. Was there an injury?
Yeah, we're going to find out, Yeah, he's tight in his upper leg. I don't know. He went into the locker room, came back out, and he just was not moving the way, you normally like to see him. So we'll find out tomorrow.
It doesn't change the result, but is there anything to take away from the fact that the defense mostly...
Yeah, our guys have great competitive character. Our guys are battling. I know it's tough to recognize that if you see the score like this, but our guys are putting everything out there, everything. There's not a ton left in the tank, in terms of defensively. We do need to put some points on the board. We're not going to be able to hold this team to 70. I have great confidence in our defense, but holding this team, to the low 100s is pretty significant. The way they can shoot and the way they can stretch you out. I know in my heart we have a game. We have a game that's there. It's just a matter of the ball going in a few more times, and all of a sudden it ignites, and then it just keeps on going. We've proven we can win a bunch of different ways, but I think we have a game. I think we have an offensive game in us, and then continue to defend and compete like this. It's not perfect, but we do that, then our guys really want to get this thing back to Miami and have just a great game in front of our fans. I know it, and the guys have talked about it, and that's what we'll focus on. This is what the playoffs are about. You feel like a certain way after a loss. You regroup. You rally around each other. You focus on the task at hand. It's going to be an incredible environment up in Boston. Our guys love those kind of environments, love the competition, we love the challenge. This is a significant challenge with Boston. Our guys love that. And we want to bring this thing back to Miami and put together another great game in front of our fans.
Obviously you just alluded to sort of the thought process of going down 3-1 in the series. Obviously you talked about embracing that mental toughness, especially being competitors. Can you just kind of talk about what you're feeling in terms of yourself and what the team's feeling maybe in terms of the mental? Yeah,
the teams will feel however we feel. I know how I feel right now, but by the time we get on that plane, this is a very mentally tough team, and a team that embraces really tough challenges, and we're also able to compartmentalize. You don't want to think about, the big picture of this. It's about just going up there and doing whatever we have to do to get that win and get back here, to our fans here in Miami. Like I said, our team really wants to play well in front of our fans. And so that's the motivation, to get this thing back here.
Thanks, Coach.
All right, thank you.
Any questions for Joe?
If anybody wants to ask, I haven't gotten an update on Porzingis yet, so we can save the time.
On the injury, it looked like he got played.
I didn't see what happened, and I haven't gotten an update yet. No.
So was Tatum on the play with the flagrant there? Did he come out of that okay? And what did you just see on that play?
As far as I know, he looked like he was moving. I didn't ask him after the game. He looked like he was moving okay, but I'm sure he's fine.
And with Derek tonight, what allowed him, through the first 3 quarters there, 31 points, and just the shot quality,
Yeah.
the threes and all
Yeah, he hit some tough ones for us down the stretch, which is what he does. But I think, again, every game in this series is going to be a different game. It's going to take on a life of its own. And so I thought they tried to play a faster paced game and dictate the pace of the game, which I thought we did a good job of matching that. And when we play a little bit faster, it just creates opportunities for everybody. And so I thought our defense kind of led to our offense, and Derek made some big plays for us.
Knowing you wouldn't have Kristaps in the second half, what was said at halftime, and how are you guys able to maintain that lead?
I thought everybody just stepped it up. I thought Al was tremendous. Only taking 5 shots, but his defense, his physicality, and then what Peyton, Sam, and Luke have done throughout the whole season. So it's going to have to be from everybody.
Knowing obviously that you don't know if Porzingis is going to miss some time, or if he does, how long, does that change the pressure or anything like that on the next game? Say you gotta make sure that you close this series out, just so guys can get their rest and be ready to maybe make up for any potential loss.
No, nothing changes. Bringing the same mindset. Intentionality, toughness, details to the next game, regardless of who's available. It doesn't matter. There's no difference between the regular season and the playoffs. And, all year we've had guys step in and play. So the most important thing is execute the game plan and bring the mindset and the toughness it takes.
It sometimes seems like you guys flow better and better the more Derek is involved. When he got hot early, what did you like about the way he just kept being aggressive, kept looking for his own offense?
Like I said, I think when he was aggressive early in possessions, coming off stops, pushing the pace, he was able to create some cross matches. We were just able to create some space there. And he does a good job of just, we went to some more small stuff, kind of spaced the bigs. And when we do that, that's when he has the ability to impact the game.
Joe, what's to say about the depth that Jason and Jalen don't have to have these, great games, that Derek kind of carries the weight and the other guys? And you led by as many as 28. It seems like the depth here is overwhelming at times.
I think, I think it's a strength of ours. It's something that we've done the entire season, and it's something that we have to continue to do. But we just, it's a credit to those guys being ready to play all the time. And, for Jalen and Jason, it takes what it takes. There's nights where they have to be who they are, and there's nights where they got to do other stuff. And I thought both of them throughout the game, their defense was at a high level.
Bam, coach was in here saying the defense is there for a team that scores that much. The totals that they're putting up are something you could live with. So to look to the other side of the ball, how do you guys get the offensive numbers up enough to be competitive in that regard?
Keep working offense. And, we got to keep making plays and shoot the ball. We just live with that result. Don't matter if it go in or not.
And what was the explanation given to you on that play in the fourth quarter there with Jason?
Bro, I don't even know, dog. We just gonna move on from that. You gonna get me fined.
Bam, you're playing with some younger guys, some guys you haven't played with before. It's a different rotation they've had all year. But after playing so much of a different coverage all year and now going back to switching, what is your read on how the defense has reacted to going to heavy switching now?
that make me switch and put me in the corner, or they put me away from the play. So, I mean, that's one thing, but they're just swinging the ball, making shots.
How tough is this to accept that they score 104, they score 102? Typically, that's what you guys would want, and it's just obviously it's not. You're not getting enough on the other side. How frustrating is it to accept that you're doing the job on one end and it's just not there on the other?
Man, I feel like if we sustain when they make their push in the first quarter, I feel like we'll be fine. You looking after the first quarter, we're right there. We actually won the fourth. So, I mean, that first quarter is really our issue right now.
I'm down 3-1 as you head to Boston for Game 5. As the team captain, what's going to be your message to the team in a few days?
Hey, man, we're going in the Lions Den. Everybody knows what's at stake. It's 3-1. Back is against the wall. You have to respond.
Bam supposed to that the main motivation for you guys is to come back to Miami and give them a complete performance in front of the fans. Can you just kind of maybe, if you echo that sort of thoughts, can you just kind of talk about that a little bit? And are you as well eager to see the team have this complete performance in front of the crowd?
Yeah, our crowd deserve it. You live for those moments when you're at home and the crowd's going crazy, and you see the white hot really be active. So I feel like our fans really deserve that.
Bam, you guys have played well when you've been kind of boxed into a corner in the past. With that being said, kind of heading into this game in Boston, what needs to change the most for you guys, like kind of going forward?
Like I said, keep making the right play, and trust one another to make the right play and make shots. You live with that. We're in the gym countless hours, so you live with those results.
Bam, it's off topic, but the league announced today that you're one of the finalists for the Social Justice Award. Obviously, you've ended every interview for the last 4 years saying Black Lives Matter people. How nice is it for you to be recognized for some of those off-court things?
I mean, it just shows it's not just about basketball at the end of the day. When we leave this arena, we're people. We have families. We have communities who we believe in and that believe in us. So it's on us to make that impact. And
that got them going, at the beginning, putting everything out there. There's not I know in my heart we have a bunch of different ways, but I think we have a game. I think we have an offensive game in us. And then continue to defend and compete like this. It's not perfect, but we do that, then and we want to bring this thing back to Miami. The big picture of this, it's about just going up there and doing whatever we have to do to get that win and get back here, to our fans here in Miami. Like I said, our team really wants to play
in that regard.
And we got to keep making plays and shoot the ball. We just live with that result. Don't matter.
Questions for Derek?
Did tonight. You had some slower starts earlier in this series, but just kind of the ability to get off that many shots and be that effective early and often in this one.
Every game I kind of have the same mindset of just try to be aggressive, but just read what the game is telling you. Not force anything and just do what I need to do. And I think I got a couple good looks early, and then my team did a great job with just finding me and just empowering me to stay aggressive. So a lot of credit goes to those guys, JB, JT, KP when he's in for us, like Al, like I couldn't do it without any of them. And so
몇 시차 끊으세요?
네?
아, 몇 시차 끊으세요 혹시? 아, 제가 지금 45분 차겠는데 12시 거라서.
저 잘 모르겠어요.
그런 말고 여기 분위기부터 좀 적어주세요. 일반은 있고요.
To get going and get the space that I needed.
What did you and Drew?
Take some Domo and Twitch. You just try to not do that. Just kind of.
Without him, because you had a lot of experience doing that during the regular season.
Yeah, I mean, always the best for him. I mean, you hate to see that happen. He works so hard. He's one of the best players in this game. So, I mean, I told him we got his back, and he's going to do what he needs to do to get the treatment and to do what he needs to do to try to get back with us. But, I mean, Al stepped up and did what Al Horford does. And so having a guy like that is just the ultimate luxury. I think Luke came in and
It seems like you've been unlocked. And
talked to me, and just that relationship is just getting better and better each day. It's amazing to play for him. Believe in me, and I think that's big.
So you said that you haven't always responded.